Those of you that watched the previous snow plowing video we did with the 8N and this rear blade, you'll notice that the snow is not coming off of this blade. Really, it's not coming off of this blade real good. It's not rolling, and it just kind of sticks in one spot. And today I'm going to hopefully try to fix this problem. And I'll bring you guys in, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here. Now there's a couple different things you could use to keep the snow from sticking to this blade. They make special stuff that is it's like a silicone dry lubricant, and it'll keep the snow supposedly from sticking to that. But that stuff will, like anything else, and even this stuff that I'm doing now, it'll wear off. And another alternative, which I'm wondering how well this is going to work either. I think I'm going to use this for my snowblower. This is called, this is just Giant Eagle vegetable cooking spray. So, you know, if this stuff is good enough to keep food from not sticking to the pan, I don't see why this stuff wouldn't work good on the blade or my track drive snowblower. But I feel that the spray is better for the track drive snowblower because there's a lot of nooks and crannies and stuff in there where a blade is pretty easily, you know, I can pretty easily get to this whole thing. So I'm going to split this blade in two different spots, probably right down the middle. And on one side, I'm going to use this. This is called Johnson's Paste Wax, long-lasting shine and protection. This is just paste wax. You know, it's pretty simple. But what I'm going to do is probably get a paper towel, rub this on half the blade, and then I'm going to take my heat gun and heat this stuff up. I don't know if this stuff is flammable. It probably is, but I'm going to use precaution and stuff. And I'm going to use this on half, and we're going to see how good that works. And then on the other half, some of you might recognize what this is. This is beeswax. And we talked to a guy up at the hardware store here, and he said to just rub some beeswax on there, and he said don't do anything else to it. So I said, all right. So I have 2 more bricks of this, and not including this one, so I have 3 total minus this corner. And I'm going to put this on one side and the paste wax on the other, and then we'll see how good this stuff will actually work. I have already cleaned the blade, but like I said, I'm going to use the heat gun and just melt both of these into the blade. And I might do a second coat. I don't really know. I've never really done this before. This is just kind of to get us through this year of plowing with the 8N, and then come spring, what I'll do is this thing will get painted probably blue or something, and then hopefully I won't have this problem. Now this blade had sat outside for who knows how many years before we had got it, and the surface was pretty pitted, so I think that is one of the factors that is hurting us for getting the snow to roll off of this blade. And the other one is that this blade doesn't have very much curl to it. It's the cutting edge here is almost vertical, and then it just kind of slips back ever so slightly. So I guess let's get started, and I'll probably start with the paste wax first. You know, paste wax and beeswax. I've got this rear blade snowplow sitting on 2 5-gallon buckets just to support it. So, you know, if the hydraulics of this tractor that's just about 70 years old, if they were to give way, that there's still something holding this thing, so it wouldn't come crashing down to the ground. I want to know also, what would you guys use to keep snow from sticking to this blade? I was also looking at maybe using some Crisco in the, what would that be, in the, is that in the baking aisle or something? wherever it is in the grocery store, but use some Crisco in order to just try something other than beeswax and paste wax. I'm trying to do stuff that is not super toxic, and also stuff that doesn't really cost that much and is very readily available. You know, I could go to the hardware store, get it, or I could go to Giant Eagle, our local grocery store, and buy it there. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. And if you guys have any other suggestions on anything else to use, drop a comment down below this video and let me know. I'm open to using other things. I'm probably going to stay away from motor oil and stuff. Another thing is you could use olive oil, or you could also use maybe, what is that, extra virgin olive oil, or I don't know, I forget. There's a lighter color and it's not coming to my mind, or vegetable oil, something like that. But I think the next time I'll do this, I won't buff both sides of this, and we'll see how that works. Hopefully you guys can see the difference. This is the paste wax here, you can hardly even tell, and this is the beeswax here. So some of that is from my buffer. I tried buffing this in, and I don't know, the beeswax just didn't seem to work real well. But my favorite for right now, before I've even used this thing, is the paste wax. I mean, it is literally, you can barely even see that it's on there. And just by feeling this is pretty smooth. And this is pretty smooth too, you know, I'm not going to lie. These are actually pretty even. So I guess the next thing to do is let's do some plowing with this thing and see how well the blade works. Again, paste wax over here, beeswax over there. I just did a bunch of snow plowing, and here's what the blade looks like. So this is the side here with, this was the beeswax, and this side over here was the paste wax. And there's really not a super big difference. However, which one would I rather apply? I would rather apply the paste wax than the beeswax. The beeswax was just not a really, it was not pleasant to apply that stuff on and melt it or buff it in. And I didn't even have to buff this, but I decided to. So my choice is the paste wax. And unfortunately, I bent one of these pins right here. So that'll have to be fixed at some point. This one over here is still, actually that one's bent a little bit too. So there you go. That's my conclusions for which is better, the beeswax or the paste wax. And both of them worked pretty good, but I would much rather put on the paste wax. So I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more. And hopefully we will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.